In this video, we will talk about ECMAScript and how it is related to JavaScript. Now, ECMAScript is something that you may have already heard of, but sometimes it gets confusing as to what is ECMAScript and what is JavaScript. Before we understand ECMAScript, let us first understand how JavaScript works. So every browser has its own JavaScript engine which executes the JavaScript code line by line. Since we have so many browsers and so many JavaScript engines, there has to be some standard for it. And this standard is necessary in order to make sure that the JavaScript code will work on all the browsers with nearly same behavior. And this standard is created by ECMA International, or European Computer Manufacturers Association International. It is a governing body that provides the specification for JavaScript browser implementations and many other computer governance projects. The people who are on the ECMAScript committee work at companies that make browsers or companies that use a lot of JavaScript or are JavaScript community members. Now let's explore about ECMA International. So I will go to google.com and I will type ECMA International here. I will click on this link and this will direct me to the ECMA International website. So let's explore here. As we can see, this organization was created in 1961 and let's look at the members of this organization. So I will come here and click on membership and we can see here that there are different class of members. So we have ordinary members, associate members, SME members, SPC and NFP members. And we can see here that the ordinary members have the right to vote and associate members does not have right to vote. So there are different class of members and every class of members has its own responsibilities or has its own power, I would say. Now let's explore about now ordinary members. So I will come here and you can see that we have Facebook, Google, IBM, Microsoft, PayPal here. And to gain this type of membership, the annual fee is CHF 70,000. Now CHF is the currency of Switzerland. So let's explore other members. So I will go to membership and click on associate members, and the annual fee for this type of membership is 35,000 CHF. And we have Airbnb, Apple, Dell, GoDaddy.com, and all these, even Netflix. So all these companies or organizations are associate members with ECMA International. And you can explore more about SME members, SPC and NFP members, which are non-profit making organizations. And these are all the non-profit making organization. We have all the different kind of universities here. Okay, so let's explore about the standards that this organization maintains. So I will click on the link here, standards, and this will show me all the standard that this organization maintains. So if I scroll down, there is ECMA 262 here. So ECMA 262 defines the standard for JavaScript, and this is known as ECMAScript here. So if I come and click here, you can read more about this ECMAScript. So as we have seen on the ECMA International website, ECMA 262 is the standard published by ECMA International, and it contains the specification for a general purpose scripting language, which we call ECMAScript. And JavaScript is a general purpose scripting language that conforms to the ECMAScript specification or ECMA 262 specification. Now let's come back to this website and discuss about ECMAScript editions. So the latest edition is the 11th edition. It was released on June 2020, and that means that till now, ECMA International has released 11 editions of ECMAScript. If we want to look at the previous editions, we can click here and it will list all the previous editions. From 6th edition onwards, we are releasing ECMAScript on an yearly basis. So ECMAScript 6 is also known as ECMAScript 2015. ECMAScript 7th edition is also known as ECMAScript 2016. 8th edition is 2017. 9th edition is 2018. 10th edition is 2019. And the latest edition, the 11th edition, is also known as ECMAScript 2020. I took this snapshot from the Wikipedia page of ECMAScript. Here, ECMAScript editions are also known as ECMAScript versions, and you can use any of these two terms. Here, we can also see that the first edition was released in June 1997 and the latest version was released in June 2020. In every edition, new specifications are provided. For example, let and const keywords were introduced in ECMAScript 6 or ECMAScript 2015. Include function on arrays was introduced in ECMAScript 7 or ECMAScript 2016. And browser must update their JavaScript engines or JavaScript runtime environment to conform to the latest standards. Now let's talk about scripting engine conformance. As I have said before, every browser has its own JavaScript engine or scripting engine, and the engine must conform to the ECMAScript specifications. The snapshot here shows the ECMAScript compliance of the various scripting engines. I took this snapshot from the Wikipedia page of ECMAScript, and here reference applications refer to the browser using that scripting engine. As we can see here, ECMAScript 5, 6, and 7 are supported by almost all the scripting engines. ECMAScript 8 and newer are not fully supported by all the browsers yet. Chakra supports 33% of the features, SpiderMonkey supports 100% of the features, V8 supports 87%, and JavaScript Core supports 79% of the features. You can always go to the ECMAScript Wikipedia link to check for the updated compliance. So here's the summary of it. ECMA International releases the specifications for general purpose scripting language, which we call ECMAScript here, and all the JavaScript engines must conform to these specifications and must get updated on regular basis to conform to the latest ECMAScript edition.